There's a moment, a deep, sharp moment, when a man gives everything he has to a woman, his time, his heart, his energy, and she just pulls away. You're left standing there, heart pounding, mind racing, confused, angry, maybe even hurt. You were kind, you were consistent, you were available. You proved how much you cared. So why? Why did she get colder? Why did she start acting distant, quiet, strange? You texted her first. You were always there to listen. You dropped everything to see her. You made her feel special, right? And still, she pulled back like you were the problem. Now here's the truth. No one tells you. When you make yourself too easy to reach, she stops reaching. Women aren't wired to crave comfort. They're wired to crave certainty inside uncertainty. They want to feel something, and if you're always right there, always available, she feels nothing. And this is why she can't stop thinking about the man who disappeared. Not because he played a game, not because he wanted revenge, not because he was manipulative, but because he had something bigger pulling him away. His mission, his focus, his peace, his path. And when he disappeared into that path, something clicked in her mind. Why isn't he texting me? Who is he with? Did I do something wrong? Wait, I miss him. It's not about ghosting. It's not about punishment. It's about energy. When you're always pouring your energy into her, she feels it. But when that energy stops, when your attention turns inward, when you focus on your world again, she feels the absence, and it hits deep. Suddenly, you're not just a guy she talks to. You're a mystery she needs to solve. You're a feeling she wants back. You're the man who had the strength to walk into his life instead of clinging to hers. And that silence, that space, it's louder than any "I love you." It's more powerful than any poem, text, or gift. Because now you're not chasing her. You're chasing you. And women become addicted to men who don't need them, but carry the power to choose them. That's what Stoic detachment is. Not coldness, not distance for revenge, not fake games, but the power to withhold your energy. Because you're feeding your soul instead. She starts to feel that. And the more she feels that space, the more she becomes obsessed with closing it. Are you starting to see the shift? Good. Because from here on out, we're going to turn that curiosity she feels for you into pure emotional obsession. Why chasing her kills her desire, but this sparks fire in her brain. Have you ever chased a butterfly? You run, you reach out, you get close. But just when you're about to grab it, it flies away. That's exactly what happens when you chase a woman. At first she might smile, she might enjoy the attention, but the more you chase, the more she drifts. Why? Because chasing tells her something you don't realize. It tells her you have nothing better to do. It tells her your world stops for her. It tells her you're trying to prove you're good enough. And the moment she feels that, her interest starts to die. Because desire doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in mystery. It grows in tension. It grows when she has to wonder, where is he? What is he doing? Why isn't he texting me today? And here's the secret. When you stop chasing her and start chasing your mission, something magical happens. Suddenly, she starts chasing you. She starts checking her phone. She starts thinking about you when she should be focused. She starts dreaming about you, wondering about you, wanting to be chosen again. Because now, you're not begging for her time. You're not sitting by the phone. You're not sending another just thinking of you smiley face message. You're building your kingdom. And that changes everything. See, when you chase a woman, you hand her the crown. But when you chase your life, you become the king. And kings don't run after love. They attract it. So here's what you do. Instead of proving your worth to her, start proving your worth to yourself. Instead of being a yes man, become a purpose man. Let your goals be louder than your need for her attention. Let your vision be stronger than your fear of losing her. And watch what happens next. She'll start to feel it. That little shift in energy, that invisible pull. And just like that butterfly, she'll come flying back. Not because you begged her to, but because you finally stopped chasing what was never meant to be caught. And started becoming the man she can't look away from. This isn't a trick. This is real power. The kind that turns female curiosity into full-blown obsession. Ready to learn the next layer? Let's keep going. The dangerous power of silence and why it haunts her mind. What if I told you the most powerful move, the one that makes her think about you nonstop, is saying nothing at all? Sounds crazy, right? But silence, real, cold, confident silence, is like a ghost. It follows her into her thoughts, into her dreams, into that quiet moment when she picks up her phone and sees nothing from you. And that nothing, it's louder than 1,000 texts, because silence makes her wonder. Did I lose him? Why isn't he reaching out? Did he stop caring? Or does he care so much that he doesn't need to show it? And that question, that's where the obsession begins. See, most men panic in the silence. They rush to fill it. They send long messages, double text, apologize for things they didn't even do. But the man with real power, he lets the silence work for him because he understands something deeper. She needs space to feel your value. When you're always available, always responding fast, always checking in, she never has time to miss you. She never has a moment to realize what your presence actually meant. But the man who's calm enough to sit in silence, he becomes unforgettable. She might scroll past your name in her messages, but she'll stop. Her heart will skip. Her mind will whisper, "Why hasn't he said anything?" That's when the pull begins. It's not about being rude. It's not about games. It's about discipline. You're not being cold. You're being centered. You're not ignoring her. You're investing in yourself, your energy, your mission, your peace. And as you grow stronger in that silence, she feels it. She starts to miss the way you made her feel. She starts to crave the calm you brought into her world. That silence, it turns into music in her mind. A melody she can't stop hearing. A thought she can't shake off. And eventually, she reaches out. Not because you begged, not because you chased, but because your silence spoke louder than any words ever could. This ... is how powerful men move. Quiet, focused, unshakable. Now, are you ready to learn the next piece of this obsession puzzle? Let's go deeper. Why her mind can't handle a man who doesn't need her. Let's flip the script for a second. What if the thing that really makes her chase you is the moment she realizes you don't need her at all? Not in a mean way, not like, I don't care about you, but in a quiet, powerful, stoic way. The kind of energy that says, I'm good either way, with you or without you. I'm already whole. Boom, that moment. It shakes her. It scrambles her brain. Because let's be real, most guys, they come in hot. They want, they need, they prove, they beg. Pick me, look at me, I'll do anything for you. But the more you chase, the more she runs. Why? Because a woman's deepest desire isn't to be a man's oxygen. It's to feel drawn into his world. A world that's already moving, already full, already thriving, with or without her. That's what makes you rare. That's what makes her stop and stare. She looks at you and sees a man who's not desperate, a man who doesn't crumble when she pulls away, a man who doesn't pause his life just because she didn't text back. And that's dangerous. It scares her, because she realizes she's not the center of your universe, but it also excites her, because she wants to be part of a man's life that's bigger than her. So here's the move. You keep building your goals, stay focused, your time protected, your energy sacred. You don't punish her with absence. You don't fake being busy. You actually live. And slowly, she starts to feel it. Your detachment becomes your glow. Your calm becomes your gravity. Your peace becomes your power. She sees the way your eyes don't beg, the way your silence doesn't scream please. And suddenly, something strange happens. She starts needing your energy, even though you never asked for hers. That's the paradox. When you stop needing her, she starts needing you. Crazy, right? But that's the truth. Now, want to know what happens when you combine this power with mystery? Hold on, because the next page, it's where things start to get dangerous. Let's go. The silent signal that drives her wild, and you never even said a word. Have you ever walked into a room and everyone could feel something about you, but you didn't even speak? You didn't smile. You didn't chase. You didn't try to prove anything. And yet, she felt you. That is your aura. It's the quiet, invisible force that follows you everywhere. And when it's filled with detachment, calm, and purpose, it becomes magnetic. Women feel it, deep, and they can't explain why they're drawn to it, but they are. See, most guys are loud. They try too hard. They tell women what they have. They show off cars, clothes, muscles, watches, followers. But when you have a detached aura, you don't tell. You just are. She watches how you move through the world like nothing shakes you. She notices how you're kind, but not desperate. She senses you could leave and still sleep well. That makes her wonder. Why is he so calm? Why is he not chasing me? Why do I feel like I have to chase him? And bam, her mind is hooked. Here's the crazy part. You don't even have to be the best looking guy in the room. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a player. You just have to carry yourself like a man who is full on the inside. Because the aura doesn't lie. It comes from the way you live, from how you value your time, from how you respect yourself. And when a woman senses that, her curiosity turns into obsession, fast. Why? Because women aren't addicted to what they see. They're addicted to what they feel. And when your detachment is real, calm, grounded, powerful, she feels safe and wildly drawn at the same time. That's rare. That's unforgettable. That's you. When you stop chasing and start standing still, with purpose. Want to know the secret to locking this energy in forever? The next page shows you how to make your mind unshakable, no matter what she says or does. And once you master that, no woman can play with your emotions ever again. Let's go. She wants to confuse you, but this one inner skill makes you untouchable. Let's talk about something most men never see coming. A woman won't always say what she means. She might act cold when she likes you. She might test you when she's interested. She might even ignore you just to see how you react. And if you chase, if you panic, if you try to fix it, you lose her respect. But here's the twist. If you stay calm, totally still on the inside, like the ocean during a storm, she starts to feel something else. Why isn't he reacting? Doesn't he care? Why does he feel so powerful? That's the secret nobody teaches. Emotional stillness is stronger than words. It's like having armor on your heart. You feel things, yes, but you control them. You don't get mad. You don't break down. You don't beg, yell, or chase. You pause. You breathe. And you let the storm pass while you stand unshaken. Now here's the amazing part. Most women have never met a man like that. They've seen guys chase. They've seen guys get jealous. They've seen guys freak out the second they go quiet. But a man who keeps his cool, who walks away when it's time, who acts with honor, not emotion, that man becomes unforgettable. She can't get you out of her head. She plays your words over and over. She watches your moves, and she wonders, what is going on in his mind? That's when the obsession begins. And guess what? You didn't have to argue. You didn't have to explain. You didn't even have to try. You just stayed emotionally calm, and that changed everything. This is not about winning over her. It's about winning yourself. It's about choosing peace over panic, strength over reaction. Because when you have emotional mastery, no woman can shake you. And that drives them crazy. Next up, we're diving into the biggest mistake men make after silence, and how not to ruin the power of your calm with one simple slip. Let's keep going. The moment you reach out first, she stops feeling you. Let me tell you something strange. There's a moment most men never notice. It's small, it's silent, but it changes everything. It happens when you're doing great, calm, focused, strong. She's thinking about you, wondering what you're doing, starting to miss you. And then you break the silence. You send that message. You check in. You reach out first. And just like that, the spell is broken. Her heart, it stops racing. Her mind, it stops wondering. Because now, she has answers. She knows where you are. She knows how you feel. She knows you're still thinking about her. And the mystery, it's gone. Here's the truth most men don't hear. It's not your presence that makes her feel deeply, it's your absence. Not in a cruel way, not to play games, but because when you give space, she has room to feel, to wonder, to question, to realize what she's missing. Now look, I get it. You miss her. You want to check in. You want to see where things are. But that move, that little message you think will help, can destroy all the energy you've built. Because instead of pulling her closer, it tells her she doesn't have to come to you. You're still available, still reaching, still chasing. And now you're not rare. You're not exciting. You're not powerful anymore. You're expected. So what's the move? Wait. Let her reach first. Let her feel the silence. Let her wonder if she's lost you. Because in that space, her emotions grow. Her curiosity builds, and her desire comes alive. This isn't about ignoring her. It's about trusting the silence, owning the space, letting your calm, strong presence say everything, without a single word. That's what makes you unforgettable. And now, on the next page, I'm going to show you the exact reason some women chase you hard, then suddenly pull away. You've got to see this next part. Let's keep going. She can't obsess over what she can predict. Here's the truth no one tells you. Predictability kills attraction, like a silent poison. At first, she loves the attention, the sweet texts, the fast replies, the good morning messages, the constant effort. But soon, she knows what you'll say. She knows what you'll do. She knows how the story ends. And guess what? She gets bored. Not because you did something wrong, but because there was no mystery left. No tension, no wondering, no what if. And without those things, her mind stops spinning. Her heart stops racing. And her obsession? It disappears. That's why the most powerful move you can make is this. Become unpredictable. Don't always reply at the same time. Don't always say yes. Don't always be where she expects you to be. Let her feel that you have a life, a mission, a rhythm that doesn't revolve around her. Because that's when she starts to think, where is he? What's he doing? Why hasn't he called? Is he thinking about me? Or has he moved on? And that is when her mind flips. Not because you're trying to mess with her, but because you've stopped feeding her the same pattern. Think about it like this. If you always give her chocolate every day, soon it won't feel special. But if you give it once in a while, randomly, she craves it. She watches, she waits, she wants more. You are the chocolate. Stop being so available. Stop being so easy to guess. Let her feel that you move to your own beat. Because when a woman can't fully read you, she doesn't lose interest. She gets hooked. Her curiosity becomes a habit. Her habit becomes a craving. And that craving, it turns into obsession. You didn't chase her. You didn't beg. You didn't prove yourself. You just stayed a little unpredictable. And that's power. Now, on the next page, we're taking it deeper. Because there's one silent signal women look for in a man to know if he's the real deal or just another needy guy. Let's go. the silent signal that separates strong men from the rest. Okay, let's talk about something most guys never even notice. It's not how tall you are. It's not how rich you are. It's not even how good you look. It's the way you respond when you're tested. Yes, tested. You may not see it happening. But trust me, she's watching. She's feeling things out. She's poking at your emotions to see if you'll break, to see if you'll beg, to see if you'll chase when she pulls away. And here's the hard truth. Most guys fail this test. They panic. They overthink. They text too much. They try to fix things too fast. But the men who pass, they do something else entirely. They stay still, calm, grounded, not cold, not cruel, but unshaken. They don't fight for her attention. They don't explode with emotions. They don't rush to explain themselves. They just breathe, pause, and keep moving forward. Why? Because they know their value doesn't change when a woman acts distant. They don't see it as rejection. They see it as a mirror, showing them who they really are. And guess what? That silence, that emotional calmness, it speaks louder than any words. It tells her, I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to live with purpose. You can come along if you want, but I'm not stopping my mission. I don't need you. I choose you. And those words, even if unspoken, hit her soul like thunder. Because they carry real power, not the kind that shows off, but the kind that says, I'm not moved by storms. I am the storm. That's what makes women pause. That's what flips the switch in their mind. That's what makes her chase you. Not because you played a trick, but because you showed her something rare. A man who won't flinch just to keep her. She'll feel it in her chest. She'll feel it when she's alone. She'll feel it when no one else is around. And in that quiet moment, that one silent moment, she'll start to wonder, how do I get him back? Now, ready to close this out? Page 10 is the final move, and it's the one that locks in the obsession, even long after you're gone. Let's finish this. How to haunt her heart without saying a word. Here's something wild. Sometimes the strongest move you can make is the one you don't make. No calls, no messages, no chasing. Just you, gone. Not angry, not bitter, just focused, busy, living. And that's when it happens. She starts checking her phone. She re-watches your old messages. She scrolls through pictures again and again. Why? Because the mystery is driving her insane. Where did he go? Why isn't he reaching out? Did he move on? Did he forget me? And every time she asks that, your value grows higher in her mind. Because now, you're not just a memory. You're a question she can't answer. You've become unfinished business. And here's the secret. You didn't do this by playing games. You did it by living well, by putting your purpose first, by not needing her to feel complete, by being whole, with or without her. And that, my brother, that's the final move. That's what makes her obsess long after you're gone. Not because you begged, not because you tried too hard, but because you became the man she can't replace. The rare kind of man who knows. Love is real, but self-respect is forever. She chased a feeling. You chased your mission. And in the end, she'll remember you every time silence falls. Not because you made noise, but because you became the one who didn't need to. You didn't try to impress her. You impressed yourself. You became powerful, detached, calm. And now, you don't chase women, they chase the feeling you leave behind.